Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a high-stakes story where a single announcement from just one company could really define the next chapter for the entire tech market. We're talking about an earnings report that has everyone, from Wall Street to Silicon Valley, pretty much holding their breath. So, the company right at the center of all of this is Nvidia. And its upcoming earnings report is, well, it's looming over the markets like a final exam. So why is this one event so pivotal? I mean, what makes this so much more than just another financial update? Let's unpack it. To really understand the stakes here, we first need to get to know our main character. Because this isn't just a story about computer chips, it's about the absolutely immense power that Nvidia now holds over the entire tech landscape. You see, Nvidia has evolved way beyond making graphics cards for gaming PCs. It now builds the very foundation of the global AI arms race. It's their data center chips that are the engines powering today's artificial intelligence revolution, which makes them the indispensable supplier in this new tech gold rush. And this is the crucial point. Their report isn't just about them. Since they supply pretty much everyone, from the giant cloud companies to all the little AI startups, their numbers give us a direct checkup on the health of the entire digital economy. It answers that billion-dollar question: how much are companies really spending on AI? Nvidia's influence becomes even clearer when you look at the broader market. So this right here is the SMH. It's an investment fund that tracks the 25 biggest U.S. semiconductor firms, and Nvidia alone makes up a staggering 18% of it. That means when Nvidia moves, it doesn't just make ripples, it creates a tidal wave for the entire sector. But all this incredible success, well, it creates a very unique risk, the expectations trap. You see, the market no longer just expects good results from Nvidia. It demands miracles. And this sets up a really dangerous scenario where even a fantastic report could be seen as a failure if it isn't absolutely, mind-blowing. Okay, now for our second clue, which really shows the story is bigger than just one company. We've got corroborating evidence that a major shift might be underway for the entire semiconductor industry. Remember that SMH fund we just talked about? Well, analysts recently upgraded the entire fund to a buy rating. This is a huge signal. They aren't just betting on one horse here. They're suggesting the whole team of 25 top chip companies is looking stronger, pointing to better valuations and the real potential for a big year-end rally. So what does that upgrade really mean? Well, it suggests a potential shift away from what we call narrow leadership, where Nvidia is basically doing all the heavy lifting for the market. Instead, it hints at a move toward broad participation, and that's a much healthier trend, where the entire sector rises together. And adding to all this intrigue is the timing. History shows that November is often a really strong month for these stocks. On average, the SMH fund gains about 8% during this month alone, which suggests that some seasonal tailwinds could be aligning for a major move. Okay, so all the clues are pointing towards a potential breakout, right? A dominant leader, a strengthening sector, and favorable timing. But now we arrive at the main event, where all these forces collide and where, it could all go wrong. This pretty much lays out the battlefield. On one side, you have the bull case, incredibly strong AI demand and positive ratings. But on the other, you have some pretty significant risks. That beat but disappoint scenario we talked about, supply chain pressures, and major geopolitical headwinds, like the China export restrictions. In this quote, this really gets to the heart of the matter. The final verdict won't be about how they did in the last 3 months. It's going to be about what the company says is coming next. Any hint of weakness in their future guidance could completely overshadow even a stellar quarter. All right, now let's turn you from a viewer into a detective. When the news finally breaks, you won't have to guess what it all means. Here's the toolkit you need to analyze the evidence and draw your own conclusions. So these are the 3 most likely outcomes. Think of it like a traffic light. The green light, an upside scenario, a massive beat that sends the whole sector soaring. The yellow light, a base case, a solid win but no major breakout. And then the red light, a downside scenario, where weak future guidance undermines strong results, and that causes a pullback. So when that news drops, here's your checklist. First, data center revenue. Is that AI engine still accelerating? Second, forward guidance. What does the company expect for the future? Third, profit margins. Are they holding up? And fourth, China risk. How are those export rules impacting business? The answers to these 4 questions will tell you which scenario is actually unfolding. So there you have it.
This isn't just a quarterly report. It's a true litmus test for the entire market's momentum and the sustainability of the AI boom. Is this going to be the fuel for a second wind, or is this the moment we all learn that expectations have finally flown a little too close to the sun? Now you've got the framework to find out.